Hi everyone, it's Mara and I wanted to thank you for coming to tonight's webinar on the Hot House. Here's your mini training on the Hot House. It's packed full of lots of information on how fur works and everything else. So I do want to tell you that the information presented tonight is strictly for training purposes. It's not been evaluated by the FDA, and I am in no way diagnosing, treating, trying to cure, prevent, or anything in any relation to any disease. So if you have a concern, remember to check with your healthcare provider. What I am going to do is share some information with you about the Hot House. It is thermal energy portion of the Soki concept. And it's one of my favorite products. I have one on right here and I can feel its heat. So the Hot House is listed with the FDA and it's approved by Health Canada as a Class 2 device to gently elevate the body temperature, expand your capillaries, stimulate blood circulation, help with fatigue and symptoms of pain. And it's a perfect adjunct for massage and any other manipulative therapy such as chiropractic or any other manipulative form of massage. So what are far infrared rays? Far infrared rays are part of the natural sunlight. They have the longest wavelength and they have a very narrow band of energy between 0 to 15 microns. They're invisible to the human eye. We can't see these rays of light from the sun, but they're perceived by the body as heat. So thermal energy is wonderful for enhancing blood circulation. It works through a process called resonance absorption, and it has a heating effect on the body, which stimulates blood circulation. So the sun. Boy, I love the sun. It does tons of wonderful things for us and some bad things too if you overdo it with ultraviolet rays. But the human body loves it just like plants and animals. So we take that energy from the sun and we transport it into the body through resonance and absorption. So the wavelength of the fur light actually vibrates at the same intrinsic frequency as our cells. And this creates what is known as resonance absorption. And what this means is our cells basically get a boost or a spark from far infrared rays, which fires up our cells' metabolism. And this phenomenon of resonance absorption is what heats up our cells and our body temperature and why we perceive these rays as heat. So the role of fur in the human body is like 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom create water. Far infrared rays interact with the cells of our body through resonance absorption, improving our circulation, helping our cells regenerate, expanding our capillaries, and helping to give us many benefits for tired muscles and lots of other things. So the Hot House works because it reaches into the cell and it creates a water molecule resonance. And you'll see that later when I demonstrate this. The water molecules in my hand start vibrating and you'll see that one hand actually gets bigger than the other. And that produces an atomic molecular resonance, and energy conversion occurs through the absorption of these rays. And it enters deep into the subcutaneous levels and layers of our cells, elevating our temperature, dilating our capillaries, and helping our body get rid of extra toxins. So it's amazing. So why is it so important to the human body? Well, those rays that you love on a picnic from the sun that your body absorbs through resonance absorption, the reason you get cool when you see the shade come or a cloud come and you go, ooh, it's cool. It's because it blocks those rays. Well, it's been studied by Japan and China for over 30 years, and by its physical property, it has a very deep penetrating power into the body. It penetrates through our skin to our subcutaneous tissue, improving blood circulation, promoting overall metabolism, helping the body get rid of toxins and metabolic byproducts, and improve cellular vitality. Once it penetrates the skin, it actually transforms from light energy into heat energy. And this thermal effect within the deep layers of the tissue causes our blood vessels and capillaries to dilate, promoting better blood circulation. Benefits of far infrared are many, and since I've been working with far infrared since 2005, it's becoming more well known and more utilized. So it helps improve blood circulation and metabolism, strengthening the overall cardiovascular system. It helps reduce lactic acid, which causes soreness and stiffness that follows exercise. It speeds up the metabolic process of our organs and glands, so it can assist with weight loss. It also stimulates vasodilation, which brings oxygen to our joints, speeding the healing of sprains and strains, relieving pain, and it actually reduces the time it takes the body to recover from an injury. Far infrared has been effectively used in the treatment of arthritis, bursitis, fibromyalgia, backache, and many other musculoskeletal ailments. It also assists in cancer therapy to streamline the effectiveness of chemo and radiation, and also for detoxification through perspiration. Hypothermia is a term they use in a lot of, as it pertains to cancer, and according to cancer.org, hypothermia means a body temperature that's higher than normal. So high body temperatures often caused by illnesses such as fever or heat stroke. But hypothermia also refers to heat treatment, the carefully controlled use of heat for medical purposes. So they're starting to focus on heat in relationship to cancer and many other chronic diseases. So when the cells in the body are exposed to higher than normal temperatures, changes take place within our cells. And these changes can make the cells more likely to be affected by other treatments such as radiation or chemo. Very high temperatures in and of themselves can also kill cancer cells through thermal ablation, but extremely high heat used improperly can also kill normal cells and tissue. So that's why hypothermia must be carefully controlled and should be done by people who are experienced to using it, and doctors, especially when in conjunction with cancer therapy. But it's good to know that I guess the body's innate intelligence to give us a fever to protect ourselves and attack things really shows our innate intelligence. There's many cancer centers that use hypothermia to target chemo and radiation and also for detoxification. And some of those centers are the Center for Healing in California. They actually use a far-infrared sauna for increased oxygenation of the tissues in its cells, improving immune function and detoxification. Hope for Cancer Institute in Mexico uses sound and light waves, as well as a very specific form of hypothermia that delivers a focused heat directly to the tumors. The Hippocrates Health Institute in Florida uses a far-infrared dome, and they feel that the presence of heat and increased oxygen allows for optimal stimulation and metabolic function of our immune system's natural killer cells, macrophages, T and B lymphocytes. The ISL's Integrative Immuno-Oncology Center also uses systemic hypothermia, where they superheat the whole body. And under the influence of this type of heat, they found that tumor cells form heat shock proteins, which are effective identifiers of non-healthy cells, and they appear on the surface of degenerated cells. And the body's immune system detects these proteins as extraneous cells, triggering the immune cells to fight the cancer cells. And I just think it's amazing that they're looking at heat and hyperthermia, and we have a hothouse that produces heat. And even though much more advanced equipment is often used in these centers than the hothouse, it just shows how powerful heat can be for the body. I also found a lot of studies by PubMed using far infrared, and these studies showed favorable results for dysmenorrhea or painful periods, cramping, and all that associated with menstruation. Actually help relieve menopause symptoms in a group of menopausal women. Phantom limb pain, it seemed to really reduce the pain. When they applied the heat, I think I read it right, to an area not at the stump of the removal of the limb, but I think actually above or below it where the actual body part would have been, which is just amazing. And it also helps with low back pain. A study was done in an office area with people using a far infrared heating pad or a lumbar cushion, and it greatly diminished their low back pain. They're also looking at it for cardiovascular health because of the production of nitrous oxide and how that strengthens and cleans out our circulatory system, our vessels. They've also used different applications of far infrared for wound healing, and they've done a lot of it for nerve repair. They've actually used far infrared on people who've had surgery to repair nerves, and the people using the far infrared actually healed quicker. The major functions of our hothouse are to promote blood circulation, activate your cells, help the body detoxify, provide more oxygen to the cells. I mean, our blood carries the oxygen to the cells. If you're going to improve circulation, you can improve oxygenation. And since it increases your metabolic process, it can help with weight loss through detoxification, increasing our metabolism. It helps to eliminate fatigue and tiredness. It adjusts the nervous system. It improves stiffness of the shoulder and waist. It improves irregular blood pressure. And it helps eliminate harmful heavy metals. A study was actually done by a Japanese scientist, and he tested the sweat of people using far infrared, and that sweat actually contained more toxins and more heavy metals than a person who just sweated through normal activity. So our hothouse is completely safe. It's not going to overheat. It's controlled with its controlled panel for the heat. It has a 180-degree span, so it covers you all the way around, and it's very portable and easy to operate. Our dome is really special because it does have, as you can see here, a protective grate, and underneath this protective grate is silicon crystals. And far infrared rays have to interact with the cells in our body to produce its benefits. So the silicon crystals project the rays in this 180-degree span, and it amplifies off each other for maximum absorption. And ours is one of the only domes on the market with that type of lining. So there's many different positions you can use with the far infrared hothouse. I always say wherever you hurt, put it over that area, whether it's your knees, your abdomen, your shoulders, your lower back. It comes with armrests, so you can sit in front of it and get your lower back. Anywhere that you are fatigued, tired, or have an ache is where I'd use the hothouse. If you want to detox, use it right over the abdomen, because that's where all your organs are. It does come in two sizes, grande and regular. The only difference is grande's wider from side to side and a little deeper. There's more room from the ground up, but both of them come with extensions and armrests. I highly recommend hothouse curtains. They look like this right here. They fit on the hothouse, and when the hothouse is over you and you're generating all that heat from the interaction of all those rays, it's great to hold that heat in there to promote more sweating. We also have other infrared products we offer. We have a far infrared back or waist belt, a far infrared lumbar cushion that you can use in your chair at the office or in your car, which is wonderful. You can turn the heat on. It comes with vibrating massage. And we have a far infrared heating pad, which I love and use all the time in conjunction with the hothouse or the Soaky bed, or just by itself. I do want to say, people always ask me, how does the far infrared, there's far infrared clothes, socks, shoes, everything on the market, and how they work is they actually contain a special fabric that reflects the far infrared rays that leave our body right back to our body. So I hope you like this quick hothouse training and how benefit it can be for you, because I want you to remember that all living things require sunlight to grow and thrive, and we are part of that, all living things. The sun does a lot of good things for us, the plants, the planet, the bees, the birds, from vitamin D to expanding our capillaries and improving circulation. And it's the safest segment of energy from the sun, so enjoy it safely. Hi, I want to do a demonstration with the hothouse. So here's the hothouse, and it's on its side, and a really good way to demonstrate that interaction of fur with the body and the water molecule resonance that's going to expand and dilate the capillaries and improve circulation is to just take both of your hands and line up some wrist lines. Pick 2 lines on each wrist, line them up, and fold your hands together. And most people's hands will either be the same length or one will be longer. And you can tell that my right hand on this side is longer. So I'm going to use my longer hand, my shorter hand, to demonstrate how far infrared works. So I'm going to take my shorter hand, which is my left hand, and I'm going to rub it back and forth along the grate of the hothouse 10 times. Seven, 8, 9, and it's pretty warm. You can really feel that warmth, especially with the thing. And then I'm going to put my hands together and I'm going to line up those same 2 wrist lines. And now you see that my hands are even. Where before this one was longer, now they're even. And that's how far infrared interacts with the cells in your body, creating water molecule atomic resonance that spurs the whole improvement of the capillaries and the increase in circulation, oxygenation, and its many benefits. So thanks for watching. Share that demonstration with some friends or share this video with some friends, and I hope you learned something new about the benefits of far infrared. Thanks a lot. See you next month.